Here we are going to be determining a future value. A future value you could think of as money that you'll have later on, or an ending value. A principal is an initial amount, and a future value you can think of as an ending amount. Now, for simple interest, that's I is equal to the principal times the rate times the time. As we've done in the previous problems, that just tells us what the interest is that's earned on our money. For example, if your principal is $1,000, you put it in a bank for 1 year that pays 10% annual interest, you're going to make $100 in interest. But in the bank, you're actually going to have $1,100. You're going to have you're going to have that interest plus also the initial deposit that you put in. So that's known as the future value. So the future value is going to be equal to the principal that you deposit plus the interest that it makes. Well, what is the interest right here? Well, that's P times R times T. So this can also be written as P plus the interest, and the interest is P times R times T. We could simplify this by factoring out a P. We could write this as P times 1 plus R times T. The distributive property says P times 1, that's P, and P times RT, that's PRT. So all this is really saying is this is the principal plus the interest that's earned on the principal. That's our formula for future value. As this chapter continues on, students tend to lose sight of what's going on with all these formulas. It's all based around simple interest. You start out with your simple interest, and now we're going to be adding that interest onto our principal. And then subsequent sections that we do, we're going to expound on this. But for right now, we have, suppose you deposit $4,200, that's your principal, that's your initial amount, in an account earning 6.5% interest. What will the deposit be worth in 9 years, in the future, in 9 years? So our future value, that's going to be equal to our principal. That's our $4,200 right here. Then we're going to go 1 plus the rate. That's 6.5%. That's 0.065. And then we multiply that to the time. That's what this is down here. The rate times the time. And that's 9 years. Time is always in terms of years. So then this is $4,200. 1 plus, now I'm going to take 0.065 times 9, right in our calculator here. And that's 0.585. So this is $4,200. 1 plus 0.585, that's 1.585. I then go ahead and multiply this. $4,200 times 1.585. And that will give us $6,657. This amount here includes the original $4,200 that we started with, our principal, plus the interest that principal made. So we could determine how much interest it made. If we started with $4,200 and we ended with $6,657, just subtract one from the other and that'll tell you how much interest was made. And there you go.